Good morning from my smartphone to yours. I'm casting love from the stepº8 Garden Studios in Costa Mesa, California. And this is your Wednesday Namaste Today. Good morning and Namaste, and welcome to Namaste Today. I'm your host and spiritual life coach, stepº8. My modality is psychic astrology, and my spiritual mission is to stand in my heart and help other people stand into theirs. Welcome, my friends. Such a pleasure to be of soul service. Bella and I are happy to be here for you. We are counting down to the new year, and I got to tell you, I am so excited this year. I've been working so hard to get rid of my old patterns and things, and I'm really feeling for the first time in my life that those shadows are behind me. And I hope you're feeling the same thing too. In fact, today, the Great Human Walk has progressed to Step 8, Capricorn. Now, Step 8 is the Grandmaster step of Capricorn. So, in the 11 steps of serious joy, you don't make a decision until the 8th step. So, we don't decide anything till the 8th step. And this whole month, we'll be doing nothing but making 8th-step decisions, which will then lead to the 9th step, the action that we take in our lives. But today, we're making a decision. And probably a decision that may last a lifetime, just due to the nature of all the planets and where they are. So let's first start with today's vibe and give you a feel of your day. Today will be sunny and razor sharp, is my opinion today. That's all the Saturn energy going on with Grandmaster Saturn. The mind is at step 28, so we are all thinking that this is our legacy, that we are manifesting a legacy. So we're all very high-minded and pointing our personal lives and ships towards something. Okay, so I think everyone has some sort of plan, or at least a legitimate plan. Now, Venus, where we receive, yesterday was the final test of our boundaries. Today, she's at step 0, Sagittarius. Woo, woo, that means the party is on. Once Venus hits Sagittarius, the party is on. Venus is in my 5th house now, so for me that means there's some love coming. I can feel it. So it's all good for everyone. Let the party begin, and literally let the party begin for New Year's anyways. You're going to feel it. Now, as far as feeling, we are very nitpicky. Okay, the moon is in Virgo, so we're nitpicky. You want to hold on to the details that matter. You want to let go of the details that don't matter. Everyone is finicky. Be finicky about what you love. Do not be finicky about the other stuff. Now, when it comes to I Act, I Am, we are acting for our mirage. We're one small step for Chris, one giant leap for stepº8 kind, that sort of thing. Insert your name, obviously. I am not interested in starting a cult. Insert your name. But my point is it's one big step, right? And then dictation. Well, Saturn today is at step 11, Sagittarius, so we officially begin to beta test our beliefs and fine-tune them for integrity. So this is the very so people are launching a religion, they're launching a new way of thinking. And you might even say that, like, you know, dare I say it, but Donald Trump is kind of a whole different political party, the bigotry party, right? Like, but there's like, you know, people are, so that's all going to have to check out. So I think belief structures will have to check out in the next 10 days. And, you know, once they check in, they don't check out. I'm thinking of Old Roach Motel, good commercial, remember that? And Pluto, in the last 24 hours, has also moved to step 15. So what this means, folks, it's sunny and razor sharp. We're ready to check our beliefs. We're ready to write the rules that are fair. Pluto at step 15 for the first time second time this year, but finally back. We're ready to make decisions and cut the crap out of our life. We're ready to be nitpicky about what we love. It's sunny and razor sharp. So I would basically do a little meditation on yourself today, and your joy question, you choose to accept it, is decide what's over forever. You don't have to commit to anything except what's dying today and have no reservations. Razor sharp, cut it, see what you're left with, see what energy you have when you're done. All right? So let's move on to today's topic and continue with our angelic theme. Today's topic is something I've come up with since I have a solar eclipse in Capricorn. I believe I speak fluent Capricorn. And because Pluto just got off my solar eclipse, woohoo! It's now step 15, my solar eclipse is step 14. I feel I'm finally in that. So let me share with you a little Capricorn secret my solar eclipse has taught me. And that is, always make a plan, but always plan to change your plan. To me, that's the secret of good decision making. Always make a plan, but always plan to change your plans. Now, this is based on the idea of control. And I think if you're going to be doing magic on earth and creating some really wonderful things with light and love and laughter, at least that's what I want to make, but whatever you want to make, the truth is that you want to feel in control, but you don't want to be such an idiot that when you get there, your plan was wrong and you force it anyways, right? We want to be flexible but strong. And to me, the way we be flexible but strong is to make a plan, but plan to change your plan. So the way I do this is, okay, here's my plan. I'm going to tour across the United States this next year. I'm going to be visiting people who are in my personal sensei network because I'm not going to be telling the public where I am at any one time, by the way. I've decided that I need to protect my safety since I'm a light worker. And if you're in my network, you'll get texted, things like that. So now, as I go out and start this, it may not work so well this way. I might have to change my plan. But I can't sit here in my life not doing anything because I don't have a plan. And I can't be an asshole and push for my plan when it's clearly not working, right? So I'll talk about what I'm going to be doing actually in tomorrow's show for New Year's Eve. But that's kind of what I'm getting excited about is I'm just going to start to meet everybody soon. So make a plan, but plan to change your plans. That's how you get through. Now here's today's 5 o'clock question. What are the elements in your life necessary for a good decision? What do you need for a good decision? All right. And the follow-up, is there a step you often forget in your decision making? Is there a step you often forget? All right, so I'll do this. What are the elements necessary for a good decision? Well, since I'm the sensei to Serious Joy, I'm just going to go ahead and teach you really quick what they are. Basically, I decide is step 8, which means one should never make a decision unless steps 0 through 7 have been completed. And I'll go over them real quickly with you. Is what you are deciding on, does it have protection? Step 0. Is it something you love? Step 1. Do you feel good about it? Step 2. Do you believe in it? Step 3. Does it innovate you or does it break you down? Step 4. Do you think, step 5, that it makes sense? Step 6, will you receive right now? Is it easygoing or will it be a sacrifice? Because if it's a sacrifice, you fail the step 6 test. Step 7, does God tell you there's no danger? Okay? And if you get a yes or whatever, positive results from 0 through 7, 8 decides for itself. Those are part of what I teach in 11 Steps to Serious Joy. And I argue you should look at those. However, if you don't want to do something that nerdy, well, it's very simple. Put your left hand on your heart and ask your inner prince or princess, is this what we really want? Because if she or he says yes, then we have no choice but to do it. You know what I mean? At least me. So that's it. Now, what I tell my prince or princess, well, I have a prince. What I tell my prince is, okay, give me a little time, give Papa a little time, okay, but we can do it. So worst case, ask your heart. It will not let you go. Now, the second part, what step do you often skip? Well, for me in the 11 Steps to Serious Joy, step 0, I protect. I always have forgotten to protect myself, to make sure that nothing can happen, to think through what could go wrong. That's protection, thinking through what can go wrong, making sure my feelings won't get hurt, making sure I'm not overcompensating for someone who's not ready. Making sure it's all good and safe, step 0. And I'm so impatient to get to step 9 to take action on my decision that I often skip step 0. So, you want to go through the steps and make sure that you've got them all down before you go forward. All right? So today, in the Energy to Angels series that I'm going to go live with, we're going to do episode 5 and episode 6. Episode 5 is going to teach you about the clairs, the different clair senses that we each have. This might be repeat for some of you, but it never hurts to check in again. And then we're also going to go into the introduction to the archangels. So from episode 6 on, she starts talking about archangels, and this one will probably be one of your favorites, Archangel Michael, okay? And I've heard that Archangel Michael, I've had a couple people who've seen Archangel Michael. Apparently he's 7 foot tall when he appears. He's a super tall archangel. I've never seen him, but she'll talk about him and we'll move on from there. So let's now move on to our Zen Den and send you on your jolly day. And here we are in the Zen Den. So first let's take 3 breaths and do our affirmation. If you can do those 3 breaths with me, you'll be so much more grounded for the whole day. Just those 3 breaths. Unless you're in traffic, please don't. Okay? So today's affirmation is, I decide my heart rules my kingdom or queendom, whichever you want to do, and so it is. I decide my heart rules my kingdom, and so it is. Now, this is to make sure we know who's in charge, which is our heart. And when you make any decisions today, the inner prince or the inner princess should be making that call, because that heart has to live with it. All right? So let's take a look at the chart and all the cool stuff going on. First of all, we are in the Grandmaster Step 8 of Capricorn. Capricorn is Step 8, and the Sun is at 8, so crazy 8s, things change. And what that means is we are now deciding what we're cutting off. So we're cutting off everything before this. What's interesting about this is that, Pluto is at Step 15. So this is really in preparation for Step 15. And this is what my guides told me. Now, the Sun will cross over this in 8 days, okay? And when it does, whatever you decide to kill off today will be dead in 8 days. Not literally, but basically, you're dead to me, like that kind of thing. You're dead to me. So what my guides talked about was Step 15. They basically said, guys, do not choose anything unfair. Pluto at Step 15 means that while it's at Step 15, the people who play fair have a chance. And that's what my guides want everyone to say. Choose fair. If it's not fair, don't choose it. If it's not fair, do not choose it. Pluto will be on your side and will kick the unfair person's ass right now, okay? For a moment. Just for a moment. Then Pluto goes to 16 and works on having the flow and other things. So make the fair decision for you is what my guides say. Do not pass go without collecting $200, okay? And stop being at one of those purple properties for a nice cafe. I always wonder what that was like. Now, Mercury's up at Step 28, which means we are manifesting. That adds to a 10. And so your mind is made up. We're going to make something happen. Of course, Mercury's going to retrograde after the new year. We'll talk about that. We'll be rethinking that and going, well, did I make a mistake or not? But we're making that decision. So today, whatever decision you make, whatever you put into action, it's a big deal. Now, it's also a new beginning. Venus is at Step 0. Now that is the portal, that is the boundary, and that means that the adventure is beginning. Adventure meaning we're ready to accept the new beliefs, we're ready to accept the consequences of the new beliefs, ready to write the new songs. Saturn at 11 says, hey, integrity is what rules, okay, for the next 15, 20 days, as Saturn's at Step 11. So beliefs out of integrity will fall apart. The cool thing about this is, like, if you have some, like, crazy religion or some cult somewhere, like, on TV, like, it'll kind of come out during this time, their crazy behavior, because Saturn's saying, hey, it has to be integrity right now. Won't always say that, but it's saying that right now. Mars is at Step 27 for the second day in a row. This is a Grandmaster 9. So whatever this decision that people are making, what you're letting go of, this is all taking a master action with yourself. And then lastly, look at this. The moon actually at Step 11, the time I printed this, which is at 8:33 a.m. You get a lot of that, by the way, 8:33s. You'll see that there's 11s. It's just so funny. But the moon keeps climbing towards Jupiter, which will probably be our New Year's feeling of jubilee and happiness. We'll be feeling the moon crossing Jupiter. But basically, from your emotions today through tomorrow, it's really all about letting yourself be attached to the important things, letting go of the unimportant things. So this is literally like cleaning out your drawers. This is a Virgo closet cleaning of emotion. If the emotion goes with the pre-Step 8 stuff, the stuff you're cutting, it's got to go. Throw it away. Recycle it, okay? If the emotion goes to the future of Step 15 and beyond that you're building, hold on to that detail. That's something you want to hold on to. That's important. And that's basically what we're doing. We're going to go through all this with ourselves. Anything else, guides? Nope. Actually, just very simply, to remember to go with what flows and to be fair to yourself. That's what they really want you to know, is that Pluto at Step 15 means that there will be justice for those who deserve it. You have to believe it, and you have to make the decisions. Don't compromise yourself now, especially if you've been working so hard all year. All right? Okay. All right, that concludes our show for today. For those who watched over my personal Sensei network, at noon I'm going to talk about your serious self. So look for us talking about your serious self. This is the part of you that gets serious, and I'll remind you of what you set out to be serious about in this life. This is based on your Saturn in your natal chart and the degrees of your Saturn, and using my AIT. Then at 3 o'clock, for your eye candy, I'm going to actually try to make you laugh and tell you what I think your soul might be overly serious about, for where you may be a little over serious. So where you're serious and where you're maybe over serious today as part of your personal sensei. Now, if you'd like to try my personal sensei service for the new year, it's like me being in your back pocket all day long and giving you a little text of inspiration. If you want to know, I spend 3 to 5 hours writing these every day. That's the honest God truth. This is my full-time job. I'm now considering myself a writer. But come on down and check it out. It's seriousjoy.me. You get the first week for just 99 cents, and you'll get a Secrets of Birthdays video, 20 minutes, all about you and how you love and how you like to lust. All right, friends, I'll see you in 24 hours with more. We got New Year's. I'm getting so excited, very excited. I love you. I appreciate you. Until then, remember, I love you, and live, love, be.